You know that woman who even wears expensive pieces, but still, something doesn't add up? It's the difference between buying luxury and living luxury, between having money and having codes. You don't want to look rich. You want people to assume that you are. Welcome to Lucrative Elegance. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and leave that like if you want to transform your elegance into something truly lucrative. Because it's not just about looking beautiful, it's about being treated like the sophisticated woman you are. I'm Carol, and today we're going to talk about a topic that nobody wants to admit, but everyone recognizes: the silent signs that reveal our true social class. Because, dear friend, the elite doesn't need to explain itself, and the elegant woman doesn't either. You know what made me realize this? A recent McKinsey study showed that the luxury market is facing a significant slowdown, with consumers questioning the promise of luxury. People are buying luxury, but they're not getting the luxury result. And the luxury result isn't the bag itself, it's how you're perceived and treated when you wear that bag. The silent pain that every woman knows. You get all dressed up, leave the house with the bag you waited months to buy, but in the environment, nobody notices you. Or worse, they notice you for the wrong reason. This happens because the right codes weren't activated. It's like arriving at a party with the wrong invitation. You're there, but you don't belong. The invisible code that separates classes. The difference between middle class and elite isn't in the price of your clothes. It's in the absence of certain elements that scream, "I'm trying too hard." It's like when you see Gwyneth Paltrow in court. She wore a Brunello Cucinelli blazer worth $1,200, but what everyone commented on was how she looked. Discreet. Powerful without screaming. Rich without showing price tags. The rise of quiet luxury isn't really about fashion. It's about power. Like the Roy family in Succession, Shiv Roy wears Loro Piana, Kendall prefers discreet caps from obscure brands that cost more than rent. Their clothes whisper the same message their money shouts, "We don't need you to know." And that's where the danger lies. For most people, fashion is aspirational. It's how we signal taste, status, success. Owning a piece from a luxury brand is more than a purchase. It's a statement. I made it. But what if this is working against you? The silent glossary of error. Before continuing, let's talk about what screams low-class effort. Decorated nails with glitter. The elite prefers French manicure or impeccable nude. Transparent acrylic sandals. Screaming trend instead of elegance. Dress too tight with loud prints. Confusing sexy with vulgar. Golden logos on everything. New rich shows off value. Elite shows off taste. BRA showing in the neckline. Poorly resolved details destroy any outfit. The low-class striving woman wears the trend. The elite woman uses discretion as a trend. The first error? Disguised logomania. Walk through any mall and you'll find them. Synthetic leather bags inspired by high-end designers, but sold for $50 at fast fashion retailers. But observe Catherine, Princess of Wales. She uses an Aspinall of London bag worth £395 that looks simple. No screaming logo, just structured leather and discreet hardware. The result? Elegance that doesn't explain itself. The problem isn't the bag itself. The problem is that wealthier women tend toward quiet luxury, subtle branding, timeless shapes, quality that whispers instead of shouts. You know that woman you see in the elevator and think, "Wow, she has class," but you can't identify any brand she's wearing? That's the difference. Invisible wealth has its roots in European aristocratic tradition, where ostentation was considered vulgar. Noble families preferred to demonstrate their status through fabric quality, cut perfection, and elegant bearing. The second error, the fit that gives everything away. Here's a truth that hurts. A lower-class woman keeping a bra long after it's comfortable isn't negligent. She's making choices about where money goes. Rent, food, and children usually win over lingerie and underwire. But this applies to all pieces. Clothes too tight scream, "I bought the wrong size because it was on sale." Clothes too loose scream, "I didn't have money to alter them." It's like seeing Sarah Blakely, American entrepreneur of Spanx. In every public appearance, her clothes fall perfectly. It's not just because she has money, it's because she understands that the elite always tailors their clothes. A $50 pair of pants well-tailored will beat a $2,000 pair in the wrong size. Always. The third error, overdose of trends. Mid-market brands are losing space in closets and on store shelves, or changing what they offer to move up or down in the market. And you know what this created? A dangerous fashion polarization. On one side, cheap fast fashion. On the other, inaccessible luxury. In the middle, middle-class women buying all trends so they don't look like they're behind. It's like seeing that woman wearing printed set plus colorful bag plus metallic shoes plus trendy accessories, all at the same time. Each piece might even be beautiful individually, but together, they scream anxiety for acceptance. Compare with someone like entrepreneur Tory Burch, Sias. She has her own brand, but observe how she dresses personally, one trend at a time. Rest neutral, classic, timeless. But here's the paradox. Invisible wealth embraces technological innovation and cutting-edge materials, as long as they're discreet. The elite buys pieces that incorporate trends, not pieces that are the trends. The most subtle error, invisible quality. It's like when you see a beige cashmere sweater on a sophisticated woman. It doesn't call attention until you notice the cut, the drape, the way it seems to shape the environment around her. Quiet luxury is characterized by a meticulous focus on high-quality materials, specialized craftsmanship, and timeless design. Unlike trends that come and go, quiet luxury brands prioritize quality over quantity. It's the difference between cashmere you bought on sale and one that costs triple, but will last decades. The texture, the drape, the way it ages, everything communicates a different message. Think about the difference between a white shirt in common cotton and a Sea Island cotton from Hermes. Both are white, both are shirts. But one breathes differently on the skin, falls differently on the body, ages differently over time. Pause for a special opportunity. Speaking of elite codes, I'm launching my course, Look Rich Without Spending Much at Promotional Value. Because mastering these visual, behavioral, and social codes of rich women can literally transform how you're perceived and treated in the world. Elegance isn't a look, it's a behavior, a strategic silence. These are secrets that took me years to decode, from how to choose the right pieces to how to combine basic items so people assume you spent a fortune. The course is being released gradually, and as soon as it's complete, the price goes up to full price, no discount. If you want to be treated like the sophisticated woman you are, the link is in the description. But don't delay, this chance won't last forever. The fourth error, neglecting the details. The wrong bra can make your clothes look uneven and your breasts saggy. But it's not just the bra, it's the chipped nails, the greasy hair, the back of your hair not brushed when you get up. It's like seeing a woman impeccable from the front, but when she turns around, her hair is disheveled in the back. The whole spell breaks. The elite has a word for this, grooming. It's not about being perfect. It's about looking like you care enough about yourself to take care of the details that complete the image. Look at photos of Melinda Gates at events. Hair always impeccable, front and back. Nails always treated, even without polish. Posture that says, I respect myself before even saying hello. The fifth error, ignoring the right colors. Black does wonders to trim a figure and is appropriate for almost any occasion, but as women age, their skin tends to get paler, and wearing black can create a harsh contrast that emphasizes wrinkles. It's like seeing a mature woman all in black trying to look sophisticated, but the result is washed out. Compare with someone who wears camel, beige, or charcoal gray, colors that talk to the skin instead of fighting with it. Quiet luxury favors neutral and discreet color palettes that exude elegance and timelessness. Some of the main colors include neutrals, beige, ivory, taupe, and gray tones, earth tones, soft browns, olive greens, and muted blues. The elite understands that colors communicate as much as cuts, the freedom that comes from knowledge. Now you might be thinking, Carol, so many rules. Isn't this aesthetic prison? On the contrary, when you master the codes, you don't feel trapped, you feel free, because the right doors open, conversations change, and even the service at the restaurant is different. It's like learning a new language. At first, you think about every word, then you speak fluently, and then you can break the rules consciously. Why this matters more than you imagine. In the world of quiet luxury, absence is presence. The lack of branding is the flex. The absence of flash is the signal. But it's not about fooling anyone. It's about understanding that first impression isn't just about beauty, it's about social codes. And when you master these codes, doors open, people treat you differently, opportunities appear. True elegance doesn't come from accumulating more, it comes from refining what you already possess and investing in pieces that really matter. The silent revolution. The concept of invisible wealth has aesthetics similar to that associated with traditional privileged Protestant class, which possesses inherited wealth or old money. But here's the plot twist. You don't need to have inherited this wealth to act like you have. You just need to know the rules of the game. It's like actress Reese Witherspoon's story. She wasn't born with a silver spoon, but she studied the codes of the American high-class South, Result? She doesn't imitate the elite. She is the elite. And when you know the rules, you play better than those who were born with them, because you're consciously choosing every move, your competitive advantage. You know what your advantage is over that woman who was born rich? She never had to learn the codes, she simply absorbed them. But you? You can master each one of them with surgical precision. Quiet luxury reminds us that our clothes don't need to be dripping in designer logos to look and feel expensive. You'll leave this video knowing exactly what to observe. You'll be able to identify these nuances in other women. And, most importantly, you'll be able to avoid the errors that put you in the wrong category. Because in the end, it's not about how much you spend, it's about how you spend. And mainly, it's about how you communicate without saying a word. When you get these codes right, something magical happens. You stop trying to prove you're elegant, you simply are. It's the difference between a woman who enters an environment checking if she's being noticed and one who enters knowing she belongs there. And that confidence? That's the real luxury brand. Now tell me in the comments, which of these errors have you already made? And if you watched until here, write codes, so I know you understood the message. And if you want to support the channel even more, consider becoming a sponsor through the membership club. Values start at $4.99 and you help us continue bringing this type of content that really makes a difference in women's lives. Just click the Become a Member button. A kiss and until the next video, where we'll continue decoding the secrets of true elegance.